Hello everybody and welcome to the Italian Heavies Reforged. I've already gone over a little bit of the patch notes for the update on what they've done. Honestly, it's a little disappointing to see what they did. I don't think I am a big fan of what I see right now. Just because there's a lot of things with these tanks that were just pushing them down, and to be able to just stop, read it, look over it, it's not that impressive in the slightest, in my opinion. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just jump right into this. So, starting off, they're talking about, all right, Italian heavies. This week in Tanks Reforged, we will be discussing the Italian heavy tanks. We would like to go over what we would like to go into more details surrounding these vehicles to give better insight into how they've been doing and what our plans are were to change them. First, let's start off with some performance data to show how the Reforged compares to the other Tier 10 heavies. Note below general overall the main performance areas that will be covered in this article. We also performed a more in-depth. All you have to do is just swap something. That's not more in-depth in the slightest. Okay, that's literally just looking at a data sheet and swapping to a separate gun with the main loadout. And it's like, oh, okay, so this is how this tank is performing with a secondary loadout. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. More in-depth. That's not more in-depth. We broke it down into individual gun performance and went through all the additional performance parameters of these tanks that were used to determine what changed and by how much. Okay, Reforged average tank win rate is 50.38. Alright, so a while back I mentioned this on the channel, saying that a lot of the only people actually playing these tanks are the higher end players that are up there with their skill in the game, that they know how to play the game, because not a lot of average players are playing these tanks. So rather than keeping that in mind, they just went based off statistics again, which is going to throw these tanks into the dirt. And I mean, judging from what I see in game compared to what I see with the patch notes, in game they're looking a lot better, but there's a lot of things that have been changed to these tanks that I disagree with a lot. So, yeah, I'm a little upset about this. And I mean, dude, we have this entire list that they're showing off before they even give you the patch notes for what they did. They're just going over all sorts of absolute BS. And then they finally jump into the tank. I know I'm normally not this negative, but dude, I'm not happy about this because they never even touched the Tier 8 Premium, the Passante C45.
Don't hold back. Say exactly what you feel.
Yeah, dude, I think it's just wrong, in my opinion, that they did it this way. All right, win rate across compared to win rate cross compared across skill level, 1% below average. Okay. Survival rate cross compared across skill level, 1% above average. Of course, it's being played by better players 90% of the time. Percentage of shots hit cross compared all skill level, 4% above average. Let me think about this. That is because the guns take forever to reload. People don't want to miss their shots, so they're taking a lot longer to guarantee the penetrations rather than the 50-50 strat that we normally use, or the 60-40 strat that we normally use, which is you wait for your aim time to go all the way in, then you wait an extra second, and then you fire, because right there is kind of a 50-50 for the opportunity of your shell hitting. Yeah, I think it's just percentage of shots, hit cross compared all skill level, 4% above average. That's going to be the main reason why, because people are actually taking their time to aim in their shells to fire. Percentage of shots penetrated, cross compared, cross skill level, 6% above average. Once again, people are taking their time to aim, and they're making sure that their shells land. Damage per battle, cross compared across skill level, 100 above average. This one I doubt. I really do. Because if we had more average players playing the tank, I'm pretty sure the damage standing on this tank would actually kind of plummet a tad bit. Not by a lot, but maybe with the most recent buff, we're going to see the damage actually go down, which is going to be a good thing because a lot more people are going to be grinding out the tank to be able to get their hands on it. So we'll see what statistics about that say, because they like to do everything based upon statistic buffs, which in my opinion is just wrong. Okay, the tier 9. Average take win rate, we got 49.34. Win rate across compared across all skill level, 0.5 below average. Okay, so how is this one 0.5 below average? It has a lower average tank win rate of 49.3, yet the Restaurante has a 1% below average with a 50.38. That makes no sense. How is this thing a whole percent lower, yet it's 0.5 below average? And never mind, that hurts my head. I'm not even going to worry about it. Survival rate, cross compared across all skill level, 5% below average. Okay, that's probably because we actually have a couple more regular players playing the tank. Or maybe it's because the turret armor on the Progetto is not that good. For instance, if we take the Progetto and we load in the heat rounds here, it suffers a lot with this 195 plate up in the front. Even inside the gun mantle, you're able to load standards with some tanks and just go right through this. Or loading a heat round and just go right through the cheeks, even whenever it has maximum gun depression. If you have enough heat pin, because this 303, so we'll actually compare this to, let's say, AE Phase 1 that's got 340 heat pin, and there we go. It has 69% chance to penetrate its turret armor. Nice. And let's go ahead and jump back over to the tank. Percentage of shots hit, cross compared, skill level 7%, 7.8% above average because the gun takes longer to load and you got to wait on your aim time. So people are taking time to take their shots. Of course, this is going to be higher because the reloads were bad. Percentage of shots penetrated across level, 5% above average. Of course, you're waiting on your reload. Alright, damage per battle, cross compared across all skill levels, 150 below average. There you go. There's the 150 below average. Note the 105.71, and keep in mind what they're talking about here are the guns. There are 3 guns. So the 105.71 is actually the first gun, the stock gun, with 220 penetration. The 105.76 guns and the cause of the lower performance, bringing the average down. So the 105.76, this is the secondary gun that originally had 4 shells. But the thing is, the 4 shells only do 320 damage a pop. It's a 105 that does 320 alpha. Rather than removing a shell, I'll actually jump into that here in a second because they removed a shell. For the 120.62 gun, the gun performance is average to above average, yet we'll jump into it once we hit it because it's just irritating what they're doing. Alright, so now the tier 8 average win rate is 50.5. Win rate across, skill level is average. Survival rate crossed, compared average. Percentage of shots hit crossed all across skill level, 5% above average. Percentage of shots penetrated cross compared across all skill level, 7% above average. Once again, long reload. You're waiting on those shells to actually be fully aimed in. Damage per battle cross compared across all skill levels, 100 above average. I don't believe this in the slightest. I'm actually going to jump over to Tanks GG real quick. So actually watch stars. Jump in. One person I'm pretty sure that we can look at that probably has already played the tank today is Slap a Fish. And okay, so what we're going to want to do is see if Slap played the tier 8 today. Italian tier 8. There we go. Let's actually take a look at them. 2,700. Okay, let's take a look at the Pantera. 2,700. Alright, so I guess it's matching stock tanks. Let's actually do an American inside this lineup. The M26 Pershing. 2467. Pershing's going to be a bad comparison. T28. T32 would be a good comparison. Sadly, he has not played a match inside his T32. Gotta love what stars in their backs. I know I've played a match and set the T32, so I actually want to compare it to the T32. That's going to be Tier 8, America, T32, 2,618. All right, so it does have a higher standing whenever it comes down to penetration. And, well, not penetration. The reason why this can be so high is just because it takes longer to aim your shell. And, you know, like, you have a reload that you have to put up with. If you don't wait for that reload, you're going to find yourself just getting absolutely shredded a lot of the time. Especially the fact that you're not seeing these tanks being played a whole lot prior to this update. They're rare to see. And the people who are primarily playing these are people who are really trying to go through the line and really trying to maintain and keep it above. Okay, general analysis. While data shows the tanks are performing decently, because there's only a very small category of people playing them, let's take a closer look at the data. As you can see in performance data above, these vehicles have an abnormally high percentage of shots hit and percentage of shots penetrated compared to other vehicles. Why? Let's look into the using of the Restaurante as an example. Horrible comparison because it's got such a long reload and people are trying their hardest to guarantee these shots are penetrating. For instance, I love this. Chieftain Mark 6. They're comparing the Chieftain to this as an APCR shell. I do believe the Restaurante has a APCR shell standard. And I'm going to double check this real fast. It does have APCR standard. And then they're comparing it to the Chieftain. Alright, question. Is it due to shooting mainly premium ammo? There is no supporting data to suggest in this case. 10% less than normal for these vehicles. Likely due to reload times making it harder to switch ammo types. So players stick to default AP shells. Where's my phone? It's going off and I don't even know where I put it. Sorry about that. My alarm is going off saying, hey, it's time to wake up, you bum. Okay. AP, so right here already, they don't even know what they're talking about. And I'm gonna giggle at this. Here's why I'm gonna giggle at this. Let's take a look at the Restaurante ammunition. Let's tap Y. Down at the very bottom of the screen, that clearly says Shell Type 1 APCR. I know that's something simple. It's a spelling error here, which means that whoever wrote this out has no idea what even the standard shell is of the tank, which is a big case. 268 millimeters of penetration. It has a 59.06 penetration. That is primarily because you have a higher skill base playing the tank currently in the tier 10 category because it's really hard to get this tank because of how hard the line is prior. They are difficult tanks to play just because of their reloads, and it pushes people away from wanting to grind out these tanks. So why are the penetration and hit rates so high? We believe it's due to playstyle of the vehicles. Because of the reload mechanics, players tend to not fire unless they are highly confident that the round will hit and penetrate. For these vehicles, it's more important not to waste any shots and make sure each one counts. In order to do well, this type of playstyle requires a player to put in a lot more effort to play these vehicles successfully compared to other tanks. Not to mention, if we come over to the Restaurante, and this is over on Tanks GG, ammo capacity is 33 rounds. This really limits you because you're going to find yourself hitting a little bit of a wall as you're trying to play these tanks, just because it's 33 rounds and you take standards, you take premiums, you take high explosives because the HE rounds have 127 millimeters of penetration. Your standards have 268 pin. For instance, I have 12 standards, 15 premiums, and 6 high explosives inside my loadout. And for me, that's how I play my Restaurante. Alright, I'm actually not going to look over the rest of this because they they're trying to give reasons why they didn't want to buff the line. And I mean, this is probably the biggest article I've ever seen in my life for reasons why they don't want to buff a line. And then they base it off statistics again, rather than just taking a risk. These aren't premium tanks. You can debuff them in the future. However, they pretty much already did debuff these tanks after buffing them, which is funny. So, all right, reload times for the Italian Tier 10 Rasserante heavy tank, the 127mm OTO Mala. However the heck you say that, I don't know. Reload from 25.3 to and 23.1, 21 to 25, 20, and 15. So the last shell, 0.3 second increase, a 3.1 increase to your second shell, and a massive whopping 6-second improvement to your final shell. I'm pretty sure that's going to feel really good inside the matchmaking. Downside is they decreased the accuracy from 0.33 to 0.36. Aim time went from 2 seconds to 2.5 seconds. And, well, they were like, hey, let's give it reverse speed too. From 12 to 15. I don't know why the reverse speed's there, but I guess 15 is going to be nice to have rather than 12, because 12 feels kind of sluggish. But that aim time increase and then the accuracy decrease, this is... It's pretty much they just debuffed the tank because it's hitting too many shots. So, I mean, 0.36, whatever. Throw in another equipment perk to increase your accuracy. Since they increased the reload by so much, you can drop advanced loader and put on vertical stabilizers, and problem solved. However, don't take off your optics on these tanks. You need eyes. You do need eyes. Tier 9.
So let me understand it. Am I understanding this right? They increased the reload time, but they decreased the accuracy and the penetration?
They decreased the accuracy and aim time. So the accuracy and aim time got worse in exchange for better reload. Which, in my opinion, I'm okay with that. But the aim time at a half-second increase, that's a pretty big increase to aim time.
Yeah.
You know, that's a pretty good jump.
But it did need a big... It needed
a reload buff, without a doubt. Jumping over to the Tier 9... this is the one that kind of irritated me a little bit because I was looking forward to using this 4-shot autoloader with a new reload buff. But turns out I'm not going to have a 4-shot autoloader. I only have a 3-shot autoloader with less penetration now. Good job. Okay, so with the 71, this is on turret 1. I'm not really worried about turret 1. This is going to be like your stock grind, but we're going to go over it anyways. From 1902... it got worse and better. Okay, from 1902, well, 19.2 to 17.2 to 15.2, and the new standing is 20, 16, and 12. What happened to the points? Why are they taking the points out? Aim time from 2.4 to 2.8, making it even worse on the stock gun. They could probably have left the aim time exactly the same with the stock gun, because it's a stock gun. Why are you going to make the aim time worse? They even made the aim time worse on the upgraded variant of the gun as well, on the 76.
Like the stock gun's not bad enough already?
Yeah, I know, right? It's already got 0.38 accuracy, and then it's almost like as soon as you upgrade to the next gun, it's literally the same. Progetto, let's jump back to the Progetto. Let's take a look at the stock gun. So this is 220, 242 penetration APCR, and then as soon as you jump up to the next gun, you have 258, 281 with APCR. However, this gun on the 76 in the first turret, okay, they removed a shell. They decreased its penetration. They actually swapped the pin with the 105. With the big 120/62, they swapped the penetration. And now here we go. The 76 in this. Okay. Kani Da 105/76 changed to 3 rounds like the stock turret and all other guns on the heavy line. This reduced time to refit by 28.2 seconds. I still disagree with this because you could have had the first shell load in 19 seconds, the second shell load in 18 seconds, and then you have 15-12. That way you still had those 4 shots to be able to fire off, because that would have been awesome to have those 4 shots to be able to finish off a tank if need be, and then sacrifice that DPM to actually get your reload. But you know what? I'm not going to say anything about this because we have not yet played the tanks. We don't know what it's going to be like. But with the secondary turret, your accuracy gets better to 0.37 with the 105. With the 76, your accuracy gets better from 0.38 to 0.37 now, which is already going to feel like it's down. Aim time, however, on the 105 got better from 3.1 to 2.7. Clip count from 4 to 3, penetration from 258 to 242. I disagree with this. They're given the bigger gun the better penetration, standard penetration from 242 to 258. I would rather see the 100 millimeter keep that penetration because it's a smaller round, smaller, faster round, and they take it away. No change in the accuracy. Aim time got a little bit better as well. That's nice to see. But they took away the 4th shot, which kind of sucks. I mean, that would have been fun. Vehicle traverse speed. So this speed right here, vehicle movement, vehicle rotation. There's nothing specific saying what these are. It just says vehicle rotation from 0.24 to 0.28. Vehicle movement from 0.24 to 0.28 on chassis 2, vehicle movement from 0.22 to 0.26, vehicle rotation from 0.22 to 0.26. What is this? Is this accuracy on the move and during rotation? That's the only thing that would make sense of what these are. They're not even labeled correctly. Reverse speed from 12 to 15, that's going to be nice. And then the tier 8, which has had pretty much the least done to it. Reload times with 105, 53, 23.1, 21.6, 19.1 to 21, 17, and 13. Seriously, where all the points go? They're just removing the points. Kind of lazy, in my opinion. Aim time from 2.7 to 2.9. They increased the aim time again. They're just absolutely murdering the aim time of these vehicles. And then on the next gun, with the 71 105, reload is exactly the same. So, kind of wonder what they're doing there. Aim time exactly the same. No change in the accuracy either. Reload gets better with just your first 2 shells by 1 second each. That's disappointing. Aim time increased again. Aim time increased again. At least we have 5 seconds off the reload. And chassis 1, vehicle movement, 0.24 to 0.28. Pretty sure this is just accuracy, 0.22 to 0.26. And then reverse speed from 12 to 15. Actually, out of this entire line, these are the buffs that I was looking forward to. And it's such a small change. It is module damage and damage for the Trinity Mark II. This is actually pretty cool because they take the 88 and they bumped it from 240 to 280. Module damage from 119 to 150. I have no complaints. They did the same thing to the Beach Party. It is exactly the same on both of these. So I actually think that's going to be a pretty nice little bit of a buff there. For a moment there, I thought my game crashed, but no, we're fine. Rosserante on track. That's it. Let's go ahead and jump into the game, because this is gonna be crazy. Oh, and Justin, I agree with you entirely. And Feud, yeah, they buffed the tank, yet they nerf accuracy and aim time, which just makes no sense why they would do that. It boggles my mind. Not to mention, they never even touched the Passante C45, the one tank that a lot more people have access to, and a lot more people are going to play it today thinking that it got buffed, when in fact it never even got touched. So I've been telling people to buy the Passante C45 for the longest time. It never got touched, which means every single person I recommended to buy this tank got their hands on it, and it's not even reworked. I mean, if you're going to rework every single heavy inside the line, why did you not touch the one that the most people are complaining about? which is the tier 8 premium. So it just boggles my mind. It really does.
I remember you bought me that tank and said they're going to buff this tank, so hang on to it.
Yeah, and you played a few
And then
matches
they
in it,
didn't.
and it was horrible. And now it's not even buffed.
And
All
then
right,
they
so
didn't buff it.
starting off, Progetto 54. Then we're going to run 2 matches inside the Progetto 66. If we die early in it, then we're going to play it again. And then we're going to swap up the shell types. And tomorrow's going to be a good day. Tomorrow's going to be a good day. Today's not going to be that great of a day, but tomorrow's going to be a good day. Also, we're going to play a match inside the Trinity, because I really want to play the Trinity.
I do too.
Seeing that
I'm
alpha
excited
buff, because
about
it didn't
that.
even touch the aim time or reload, and that thing already had really good aim time and reload to begin with.
Yep.
So that alpha buff
they-
is gonna jump that thing through the roof. I'm still waiting for them to buff the Panther 88, the preferential tank, with that 280 alpha buff, because that would make that thing just abnormally strong. So that's one thing I'm waiting for. 220 standard pin, 242 premium pin. Honestly though, originally whenever I looked at this tank without the crew in it, its reloads looked really good. But now look at that reload. 6.95, 8.56, 10.7. I'm actually kind of wondering... No, I do not have last stand on this crew, so that should be all correct. And if that's the actual reload with 320 alpha... Is it 320? It is 320. I'm afraid I'm going to run out of standard rounds. So,
oh wow. I need to respect this crew.
Stain, they technically did buff them, but at the same time they debuffed them. Every single one of these tanks had an aim time increase by like half a second, or like not increased, decreased. So it now takes longer to aim. Also, the tier 9, its accuracy got bumped higher from 0.34 to 0.38 or 0.37, so it got worse. The Rosarante, accuracy from 0.33 to 0.36, aim time from 2 seconds to 2.5, but reload. Damn near 6 seconds off the reload. So it's kind of a 50-50 if it's going to be good or bad. It really is. So I'm going to be playing these this week. More than likely, I'm going to be playing each one of these individually after stream, and looking to get some good games inside these and do my opinion on an updated review for each one of these tanks. C45, however, was never touched, so that's not even going to get an updated review until it gets a buff. Because I think it's dumb how they rework every single heavy inside this line, yet the premium is just left alone. The one tank that the most people are going to play, left alone.
Or it won't get played because they left it alone.
Yeah, it's not. Nothing's going to change about it. People are going to play it today and realize that it wasn't even buffed. And then they're going to have a bad match, bad performance, and then they're just going to throw it in the garbage. Speaking of which, did the Tier 10 Silver event get turned off? Because something tells me we have to worry about Tier 10 lobbies left and right. Yep, there are 3 Tier 8s in the enemy team.
The fact that you've already loaded in. I got to get that Series X.
I know. But
It won't be long, man.
don't
It won't
worry
be
about
long.
loading in faster. There's no advantage to it. If anything, it makes it harder to record.
Sure, but it's still...
Rossarante's
it
on the
mostly-
enemy team. I mean, look at this. This is just ridiculous. This is what I was talking about, too, the other day. Well, yesterday. Look at this matchmaking.
See?
We are against primarily 9s and 10s, barely any 8s. And it's Prokhorovka, too, which means that we're going to be stuck. Actually, you know, I just want to see the reload times right now. That's all I want to see. What's my final shell like? 320 alpha. It better be under 7 seconds. 70 seconds. Look at that second shell for 320 alpha. Yeah, this is such... yeah, just these things got slammed. Okay, so inside the garage, we saw 6.95 seconds. Inside the game, we saw 10. 9.5. 9.5 seconds. Wasn't it 6.5 inside the garage? Or am I wrong? Could someone jump back a little bit in the stream and double check? Whenever I looked at this, was I wrong? Was it 6.9 or was it 9.5. Because if it's a 10-second reload for 320 alpha, this thing is still going to be performing bad. So the reload's still bugged with them? Dude, that's crazy. So we're looking at false statistics. That's crazy. Okay. That is just wrong in so many ways. Happened every single game we played in the C45. So, in all reality, I mean, look at that. Now it says 6 seconds. What the heck was that? Hold on, we're gonna fire a shell. Oh, that's what they're talking about. Your interclip reload, and then after the interclip reload, when they load the next shell, is 6 seconds. Okay, so that's what they're talking about. Not helpful in the slightest. That is... Oh, look at that accuracy. So yeah, we have to take our time to aim. So yeah, it takes 9 seconds to load the shell. And then you have your interclip reload, which kicks in. That's it. They should just label it as 9 seconds because it takes 9 seconds.
I'm backing off.
You're not backing off. You're pushing up. You're getting up here.
No, I'm backing off, man. Did you see what's coming?
Yes, I saw what's coming. You're getting up here.
Fine.
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 We died together.
Since this 705's coming up with me, I'll follow him up.
Okay. Wow, look at that accuracy. Just horrid.
There you go, big boy. Look at that.
T95.
T95.
There's no way I'm gonna... Look at that accuracy. Not even a single one of those hit. I'm gonna have to, like, actually sit down and take 5 minutes to aim my shells. This is... Dude, this line is more disappointing now than it was prior to, like, I would rather have these things debuffed with the better accuracy. That's pretty bad to say that. Why'd you push in?
It went right through my turret, man.
Of course. Oh, wow, that shell flew true.
Oh, I see. It wasn't the guys on top of the hill. It was the guys down below that killed me.
Yeah, that's why I'm hugging this wall a little bit, because I know that if I poke around, I'm gonna get hit in the side.
See, I should have just went ahead and did what I was gonna do. I'd still be alive.
Then stop listening to me. There we go. Okay. This thing still feels just like it's... I mean, don't get me wrong, this reload buff, you can definitely notice it. There's gonna be a lot of drawbacks, though. A lot of drawbacks. And there we go off to our right. Below. No, that wasn't the below one. We got hit for 300. We got hit with the 390.
That T95 finally get killed?
Yeah, T95 got dropped a while ago. Wow.
We missed.
That accuracy, though, I mean, even at that close quarters engagement right there, it just did not want to listen. Jeffrey, I will give my recommendation in a couple of days. I'm gonna have to put a few matches inside these tanks before I recommend they even try to grind down this line. Accuracy and snapshots so far do not seem optional. Like, that is something that, yeah. With the aim time that they did to these, look at that. Oh, look at him snapshot me. Okay, so what I love is how, boom, 9.5 seconds, so it's still counting the interclip reload. That is redonkulous. Like, if I don't fire my shell, there should be no interclip reload kicking in. It should go straight to 6 seconds on that reload, rather than having that interclip. So if you fire your 2 shells, it should be 6 seconds on that final shell, rather than 9.5. Because then I'm going to fire, have my interclip reload, but the thing is, if I don't have an interclip reload to begin with, why is it counting the interclip reload as part of the reload? That makes no sense. I'm sorry, Blade, did I make any sense with what I just said or no?
Well, I mean, it does make sense though.
Yeah, like,
because
why,
I mean,
why is it doing the interclip reload?
If you're fired, they can show you the interclip reload because maybe they're saying you can't load that next shell until
let's swap shells. Let's swap shells. There's no interclip reload. There's no preparation for the next shot. Yet every single one of these shells is going to take 3 seconds longer to load. Okay? Because it's counting the interclip reload. So we're going to load 1. There we go. 11.5. We're going to load 2. Thing is, the final shell, if you fire 2 shells, that final shell should only take 7 seconds to load. There we go, down to 9.5 for the final shell. That should have taken 7 seconds rather than 9.5 because we never fired the gun. Yet it's counting the interclip reload as part of the main reload. Which means whenever I fire, and then that interclip reload kicks in, and then it goes to the actual reload, that makes no sense why it would be so much.
So what it's saying is it's saying that you load the first shell, and then it loads it into the gun, and then you load the next shell, and it's saying it's loading it into the gun, and then you're loading the last shell. So every shell, it's saying it's loading it into the gun when you can only have 1 shell loaded into the gun at the time.
Yeah, that interclip reload being a part of the main reload should not even be a thing.
It should, if anything, like you said, like I was saying, it would be on the first shell, and not any of them after that.
If you didn't fire.
If you didn't fire, you were completely empty. I'm saying that you're starting from an empty gun. You load the first shell, interclip reload as it puts it into the gun, and then the next 2 shouldn't have them. It should just load.
Yeah,
them.
They should just load them with the base reload.
Right.
Machine is worth it, but it's got a play style on it that you might like, you might not like. I'm gonna get hit by Cronenberg here in a second. I already feel like
that's
I'm gonna
what
be
killed
hit
me.
by
I
the
think.
Cronenberg. Okay. Honestly, for a first match, this is not doing too bad.
Horrible man.
Yeah, not an auto-loader clip. So, yeah, death, like, well, Stan, the way I look at this is just, whenever you look inside the garage, it's telling you 6 seconds without an interclip reload. The interclip reload should only be loading into the chamber. You know, like, that's how long it takes to load into the chamber. But that's not how they have it lined up right now. I love how we load the premium and our snapshots are actually landing now. Yeah, that Cronenberg is really focused on me right now. That's not what I wanted to say, but that's what popped out. I need to drop below. Alright, there we go. Drop below the ridge to get out of view, and now I'm going to go ahead and start falling back. That's a 60 TP. Nameless Saint, he's probably streaming right now, actually. He's playing the 60, okay? very worried about this right side. Something they need to fix, definitely. Because if I fire 2 shells, I'm still waiting, you know, 16 seconds for both those shells to load. I mean, it's not like you're looking at this massive increase to a reload, just 6 seconds off the reload. This might be a mistake, because I am out in the open right now. Yep, I'm gonna get 1 shot. Nope. Manticore, on the other hand, does not care. And there we go, medium from the middle. Still though, good fight. Put up a good fight. 1600 dealt against mostly tier 10s. I would say the tank does feel nice, but the interclip reload being counted as part of the main reload is just wrong. I would like to see that changed. I'm gonna be getting the 3060 Vision. It's a special edition, and that's the one I'm gonna be going for. Okay, so with this thing, we're going to be running the stock, well, the 76, and then we're going to swap up to the 12062. So 10576, and then we'll bump it. But I loaded a lot of premium inside this. And since they took away the 4 shells, I'm kind of really iffy about this right now. So let's transfer over. Let's do our Russian heavies. Yeah. I thought about it. The 3060, the one that I'm getting has a multi-stream processor inside of it, and that's why it's like $80 more than a regular 3060. But it's actually at its MSRP. So that's the whole reason why I'm getting it, is because it's at MSRP right now. Alrighty, Blade, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I ain't listening to you no more.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. You're the one that pulled up way too far, though.
Well, man, it's the first game, and
I know it's the first game of the
day. I
day.
wasn't really thinking, and
yep.
Here, let's play. Been kind of enjoying this tank, though I've only had like 2 or 3 matches in it.
Justin, I wouldn't really say poke and shoot, because a lot of the guys who play this, they're trying to rely on staying hull down and then take a couple shots and then back off. So like they clip out 2 shells and then they disappear. Then they clip out 2 shells, then they disappear. You know, like they're trying to get in as much damage as they can, but then whenever they disappear, they're gone for 20-something seconds. But now with the most recent buff, they're going to be gone 17 seconds, 15 seconds now. Next time I'm going to be streaming on Twitch. That might be tonight, whenever I get home, possibly. Just a big maybe. Since I got the Series X, I've been playing a couple of other games and checking out what the graphics look like. And I'll be honest, I'm impressed with a lot of games. Have not yet played Mass Effect, but I am super stoked to check it out. And gotta love this headset, because it's also in game chat, so I'm going to turn that off. Shroud 103B, it is a good tank. I don't have it yet, but it has played a lot in comp.
I'm not sure this is a tank I should take in the middle.
Look at that,
see what happened.
dude. 10-second reload, 12-second reload for 320 alpha. I would rather have 4 shells inside this tank. Oh my god, 9-second reload for 320 alpha. Yeah, this stock grind is still going to be horrible to play with. Final shell, 8.8 seconds. Let's fire a shell. And then it lies saying 6 seconds. The interclip reload kicks in for a 9-second reload. It lies. It lies. It's not 5.8. It's 8.8.
Oh, a T-57 heavy.
They also decreased the penetration on this gun from 258 to 242. They made the aim time much worse with its super low alpha. I don't know what they were thinking. I really don't know. Rather than giving this tank a variety of guns to choose from, they basically said, you get one gun, that's it. You get the top gun, that's the gun you want. I'm sorry, but that's how this looks right now. T-57 more than likely is going to back up right here. There's an E4. I do not want to poke that E4.
Oh, I'm trying to get out of here. It's not going well.
There we go. 2 shells land.
I wasn't going to make it out of there.
See,
well, I didn't
Blade's having
expect that. I did not expect that.
Well, you see, Stain, what I'm laughing at is how they put in this line, the way they put in this line, and then you had so many people complaining about it, and now they're actually deciding to fix what they did to it. I'm actually going to go ahead and start my reload. I'm going to swap over to the premium shells. I can't remember the penetration on these rounds, but it's a lot better than the standard pen. That's for sure. Probably should have waited for that shell to load, but
yep. I was going to say you should wait.
It's down though. I'm not worried about it. That was a good choice to go for the execution. You know, if I can take out that 57, I'm going to take it out.
Well, that's what I did most of my damage to, was him.
Yep. Why do I only have 2 high explosives? I'm so lost. Why is there only 2?
Because there probably shouldn't be any.
Oh no, I usually take HE. Because you never know whenever you need those. Alright, we're going to get this at 7 seconds. Hopefully someone will hit the Death Star.
Hang on.
Blade mute it. Yeah, it's exactly the same as the Object 120. They literally just took a Cold War tank and brought it over to World War II. And we're all like, oh, it's balanced. Far from balanced, I'm sorry. I can drop that Death Star. So yeah, the reload on this thing, this is awful. Chimera, WZ-130, or 132? That is the 132. What's to my right? M48 Patton. Okay, Progetto 66. Goal is to hit the ammo rack on that guy, which I did not hit it, so sad face. Coming up behind us, T95V6. Okay. I think it's time to start backing off. MX 5120 is going to be coming up behind me.
You got your work cut out for you there, son.
A little bit. Yeah, no, I don't.
That was a game of numbers, man, and they just had more of them.
They had a lot more of them. And that reload, dude, that reload is horrible. I mean, don't get me wrong, I hit 5K, but that reload with 320 alpha, that is a horrible reload. Yeah, brought it over because so what I thought was funny is I was talking to Slap, you know, and I'm not calling out anybody on this, but I was talking to Slap, and Slap said that they're like, well, why would people play this over the grill? Concealment, first of all, it's got the same reload as the 268 version 5, and it has concealment and speed and power to weight with a big gun with a lot more penetration than the grill 15. That thing had so many advantages over the grill that it wasn't even funny, but that's kind of the way they looked at it. Like, why would people play this over the grill? Let's increase its alpha damage. No! Speaking of which, what was the penetration on the premium rounds? 281. That is just... Yeah, you get low pin, you get a long reload, and it falls off whenever you can't use it. We're going to do a bit more... Speaking of which, jump back. Jump forward. It doesn't look like they distributed the ammunition correctly on the 105 right here. Actually, now that I look at it, what is the ammunition count? 42 out of 42. It's like a 30. Yeah, that totals at the 3. Okay, that's fine. So that means 27.3. There we go. But before that, we had a 5,000 inside the tier 9. We're going to be putting the 120 on this. What is our 15, 18, 3, 120 pin, 250. I think the 258's stupid that they did that. They dropped the penetration of the first two guns, and then they increased the final gun, which, honestly, not a big fan of it. Alright, now we actually have heat rounds, 15 standards at 400. Before we start the match, let's actually take a look at what our reloads say. 8.56, 9.36, 10.6. You can add 3 seconds to every single one of these, by the way. Add 3 seconds to every single shell, because that's exactly what they did. Got 2 tier A premiums? Nice. Yeah, I have rations on every single one of my tanks. I don't use a fire extinguisher or anything else there, Jeffrey.
I don't get set on fire enough to worry about it. You know? I go sometimes 2 or 3 days without getting on fire.
Yeah, it's a rare occurrence to get set on fire, so I don't run a fire extinguisher ever. And we're up against 10s. There are 4 tier 9s in the enemy team, 4 tier 9s in our team, and it's 11 10s. So we are in the worst possible lineup for matchmaking right now with the Progetto 66. Let's see what we can do.
Oh,
we have enough penetration to pin them, so I'm not worried about it. We got 258 standard now. But that last shell is going to take like 12 seconds to load, which the tier 9 French Heavy has a better reload with its stock gun than this thing's fully upgraded gun. I'm going right.
Justin,
I actually have no idea what they're going to be doing to those tanks. Because if anything, they are going to essentially pushed them so far into the ground that it's not even going to be funny. Look at that. 12-second reload, 400 alpha. Oh, man. Tier 8s are going to out-damage this thing. "12 seconds for the final shell. Ouch. You can have that spot. You're in the E4. 11.7 seconds for 400 alpha. This... I'm sorry, you guys. I know I've been negative. Just, it's... I'm gonna be negative about this. I mean, they do feel kind of decent, but there's so many things that can be done. Can you not aim through here? I thought you could. Nope. Justin, if anything, we know how wargaming is. They're gonna butcher them and then buff them down the road less than a few months later. Oh, that's a Yaguru. Okay. That is a Yaguru facing us. Why is the Yaguru facing this way? I love how I can't peek my camera around and you can't see crap. I don't think I can safely side script against this guy. Honestly, though, the reload on these is gonna feel nice because these tanks do have really good mobility. So combined with their mobility, with the new reloads, you're gonna be able to be a little bit more aggressive. I think that's one way we're gonna have to look at it, is that you got the mobility to be able to get in and out quickly. Wow, when was the last time you saw a matchup like this?
Man, I fired 3 shots, man. I think I tracked somebody.
I think I tracked somebody. I just drove the entire map, and now I'm getting shot in the butt. Look at this double UDES. What the heck? And he's gonna kill me. Guaranteed. Yep. Double UDES is coming down the hill to support their team. Wow. I just got shredded. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play these tanks off stream and look for some better games. Go, Blade, go!
Should I stay on the base?
With the double UDESs, I just say rush them and ram them. Because it's 10-5 right now. I'd say try and get out the UDES as quick as you can. You could have took a left right there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yep, they're both
This
gone.
guy's gonna... Yep.
Take the backside up the hill, I guess, if you want to. 15 seconds left on cap.
Yeah, I ain't gonna get
So-
nothing.
It's fine.
I should have stayed on cap.
Do you HE only game? No, no HE only.
Only if I'm in like
Type 5?
Or I don't know. The chieftain wouldn't be bad with the Hesh
Oh yeah,
round.
with the Hesh rounds. I remember doing that once and still pulled out a 6,000 damage match.
Yeah, I did that too. I
Yeah.
did that and pulled out 3,800 anyway. I didn't do
Yeah,
yours,
you were all
but,
like,
you know.
because you loaded in the match, you're like, oh crap, I have nothing but Hesh loaded. And then, and then you start firing, and you're like, oh wow, this is actually working out.
Ah,
I know, 1 second
man.
off. Yeah,
I had an
even
opportunity
Slap's
there.
already talking about how they changed the, he's complaining about the tier 9 as well.
Yeah. I'm not having a very good time with this tank today.
He agrees. They just destroyed the uniqueness of this gun. Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They literally, they took the uniqueness out of it. That's probably the best way to word that. It was once unique, now it is just another 3-shot autoloader in the game. Alright,
Oh,
Restaurante!
Puddles, hey. I didn't even see Puddles join.
No, don't. He didn't join. The party's locked down.
Oh.
It's just you and me.
Oh, okay. He
Alright,
just joined the platoon.
Restaurante.
I gotcha.
Yeah, it's okay if he joins platoon, but
Well, I figured as much. Otherwise, you'd have done, you know. I know.
oh, look at that terrain. Uh-oh.
We got bad weather moving in. I'm having a rough day with my back.
It snowed yesterday. It snowed
Did it?
bad yesterday. Yeah. It
Well,
came down
we're supposed
hard.
to get, they're talking severe thunderstorms that we might even see a tornado tonight.
That's not good.
Yeah, good at all. So I hope we don't see no tornadoes.
Hey, Blade, I bet
We
those
did.
tier 8s feel awesome.
They probably do.
Well, there's a 416, and then an artillery. The artillery, I don't care if this is a tier 8 artillery, but on our team, we have an SU 130 PM and an SU 101. That's all the tier 8s.
Oh.
So,
See, and why did they, I mean, how does that happen?
I don't know, but ever since they did the double silver, tier 10s, they're the most dominant in the game right now, and tier 8s suffer because of it. And +1, -1 is not a way to solve that. I think +1, -1 is a lazy way to solve it. Alright, let's check out the Restaurante. Still slow, still has armor that can be compared to a tier 7, you know. It's not slow, it's just, yeah. Oh man, this reload. Oh, that last shell. "11 seconds on that last shell. I'm okay with that. You know what? I'm actually going to push in. I need to give this gun a test run up in close quarters. Scratch that. That's an E100. There we go. It sounds like the small gun. Yes, that is the small gun. Wow. Seriously. Wow. So we're gonna dirt 2 shells. We're gonna get pinned like there's no tomorrow. That T-49 has got the derp gun. We're gonna get hit for 1,000 damage. And the E100, we had 2 shells just absolutely dirked. Look at that. He doesn't even care. $376 damage. That is a low roll among low rolls. This is supposed to be a 490 alpha gun. And there he goes, not caring. Well, what is this guy even doing? And artillery. You know what? We have 2 shells at dirt. Outright just dirt. That would have been the defining factor in that fight. I am super disappointed with the way that tank just performed. Super disappointed. The reload time feels okay. On the last shell, the second shell, that was just... Yeah, he can't drive at all. He literally just went in, full sent it. He did not care about anything else, just full send. Oh, goodbye. Yeah, Justin, that was insane low roll. That was a ridiculous roll. Because I'm supposed to have an alpha of 490 and 376. That's literally the lowest possible low roll that you can do. You cannot get any lower than 376. Yeah, there's an interclip reload in the 65. Perk to take less damage, which is like one of the dumbest things they ever added to the game, but he might have. But you see, a 10% decrease isn't 376 worthy. Like, that is just the lowest of the low rolls. Alright, come on, Blade. You got this.
Don't know where the other guys are at.
Yeah, see the SU-101. I bet he feels... Look at that, and then our 2 tier 8s are last men standing. Yeah, so technically it's a 4-on-4 right now. I hate to say that, but it's technically a 4-on-4. I mean, SU-130 PM, yeah, we could still consider him in the game. Blade, do not try.
No, no, no. Not doing nothing like that.
If I was you, I also would not sit because they still have 2 artillery in the field. I heard a shell go flying. Did it
I did too.
Has Yuda's always been on
Don't know where it
256 hit
went.
points?
He was, yes. He was.
Okay. Ah, Yuda's is dead. Ooh, look at the heat round. Fire to the left of the building. Off in the distance. A little bit left, you see a standing tree off in the distance. Fire into the standing tree. A little bit more left.
I hit something. Because it showed a ricochet.
Okay. You probably
And
moved.
then I seen... Yep, because I seen a tree fall. Any suggestions?
Peak. I would say peak. Peak on the far left on the other side of the bridge.
Yep, that's what I was heading for. The other side of the bridge.
Because, Puddle is still nice and healthy.
Let me, go over here. Get my premium consumable. Not exactly sure where I should go to, man. Do I push? I'm afraid if I push, I'm going to get caught out. Because he's just out there past that rock. There he is.
Sorry, have a couple people over, and had to mute my mic for a moment. Come on, Blade, you got this. You got this. It's crazy how they're out spotting. Like, that UDES has got some really good concealment. Don't go into the open. Yeah, Stain, I agree. Blade, hug that left side. Use those bushes on your left. The left side of the rock. Those might be able to help you get a little bit closer.
Well, I was, and that's where I spotted him, but then I got spotted.
Blade, you got the hit points, dude. Risk it. You're full health. Stop taking your time. Send it to the next ridge. Use those hit points to get to the next ridge. Puddle, hopefully he stays behind you. But use those hit points that you have. Don't peek over to kill the UDES, just... There you go, Puddle with a really good landing shot. Take a hard left and go after the artillery now. I'm actually going to mark the map real fast on Puddle's location, and I'm going to mark the next location. We'll see if he gets what I'm saying. Go, Blade, go. To your left. EW Tiger. Send it, don't sit.
Oh, I missed it.
Send it, get in close. Get in close and hug the ridge.
Oh, I got a medium coming up behind me.
Yep. You got one shot to send into him? Beautiful. Game over. Oh, freaking equalizer. Go kill him first. Yeah, go kill the equalizer first. Don't peek the ridge too hard. Oh, send it. Send it. Send it. Send it. Blade, send it. Don't fire into a building. It's behind a building. Take a hard right. Hard right. That's a left. That's not right. Are you directionally inclined, Blade?
Sometimes. Sometimes.
Good game.
Thank you.
Yeah. You have the hit points. Full send it. 5 kills, too. There you go. I'm going to have to put another match in the Restaurante. So.
That was fun. But I always have fun in this thing. Sometimes I'm just overcautious. I like a Pasco's Meadow.
Alrighty. Gonna be the last match on stream, and then I'm gonna kill the stream. So I also gotta get ready for work here in a minute too. So.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take some time out to play these tanks and see how they're doing now. I mean, don't get me wrong, the reloads, they're really slapping these, and Rosserante with that accuracy on the D100, those two shells, outright dirted. Like, and they're aimed. I'm actually have to go back and see how fast I reacted with those shells, but I know it wasn't super fast. I know I didn't just stop and fired with like the biggest bloom you'd see in the world. I know that I took my time out to aim a little bit.
Let's see. Let's do,
Not over yet. Still got one more match. Rosserante. Tehran. Seriously though, the Tehran's no joke the most broken tank in this game that I've ever played.
it is.
The fact is, I have an average damage in that tank of like 5,000 right now, and I have potential spikes in 9K, 8K range like every other game. So it's just ridiculous. Starting to feel like exegious with my streaming. He's always angry at the devs. Always angry at the devs on Wait a minute. Elite Dangerous is selling their company. Yeah, they sold it.
Really?
Yeah. Elite Dangerous, they're
They
selling
sold
it
it.
off to I think they sold it to Microsoft. I'm not sure. Because after Odyssey failed for them, they're all like, we're giving up, we're selling it.
I hate the spawn point on this map.
Yeah?
Yep.
Oh, I know. Like, rather than spawning closer to the city. I'm not
Yep.
going to the city, though. I'm doing my drop down.
Okay.
Oh, I think the price of it's well labeled, because if it was any cheaper, everyone would be playing it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I was surprised
you're
as many
technically
people bought it
buying
as
a
they
tier
did.
10.
I mean, I don't know what it is in other countries, but it's 100 bills here.
Definitely, it's definitely pay to win, though, that's for sure. Like, I won't disagree with anyone who says that.
Right.
Oh, so that
you gotta admit-
snapshot lands. Okay, I see now.
But you gotta admit, it is a fun tank to play.
It's a ridiculous tank to play, Blade. It's not just a fun tank, it's ridiculous.
See, look, they're already at the corner. We haven't even made it to the city yet. That's what I mean. The spawn point's just unfair.
Yeah, look at
in
that.
this map.
Had to sit there for so long to be able to aim at him. Alright, I forgot what the shell velocity is of this tank. I mean, you can't look that up on the website because they don't include it as the statistics for it. It's crazy long. Yeah. Wow, look at that bloom. That aim time debuff, dude. They just made this. Wow. You're really gonna have to just play like a sniper now. You cannot get close. That's a lot of tanks in the city, Blade. Holy crap.
Yes, that is, isn't it?
Okay, what was that just fired? If that
Oh,
was the
shit.
Borask, that is the fastest reload on a Borask I've ever seen.
Oh, look at that. Hit his freaking track.
That's fine. Ah, machine.
That is so fucking stupid. I'm
Blade.
sorry. Sorry. It's my first slip up, you gotta admit.
You're not sorry.
But see, do you see the advantage they get? They were all over there before I could ever even get in a position.
Yeah, and then if you don't push the city and risk it, you're gonna get hit and slaughtered by artillery, and they're defended by
Yep.
already inside the city every single time.
Yep. It's
Balanced placement every single time.
I mean, you'd almost be better off just sitting at base and waiting for them.
Essentially, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna take a massive risk. I am swapping to high explosives right now.
Which is, I guess that's why I've been seeing more and more people pushing the left side and down the A.
Well, this is
lines.
also team destruction as well, so
Sure.
so there's no base to really defend.
Right, but I mean, when there is a base, they still spawn you in the same places.
Yeah. Alright, let's see what the HEs are like, you know, after we spend 40 seconds to load them.
Ooh.
683. Ooh, indeed. I don't think I can ever diss on that.
He's going, I don't think I'm going to pull back up here again.
No, he's not. Thing is, though, I don't want to go back to standards or heat rounds yet because there's still a 4005 up there, too. Dirty derp. Wow, dude, devastating. However, that was not devastating.
And now we have to run.
Oh, heck yeah, we have to run.
Oh,
This thing's mobility is just awful. And I've got the feeling that I'm going to be seeing a 4005 poke right there.
wow. Them reload times are atrocious.
Well, that's because I clipped out and started to reload. Yep. Hey, how you doing?
He says,
And
hi,
I'm
how
not
you
going to
doing?
load in time to do anything. Yeah, he's literally going to clip me out and there's nothing I can do about it.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, Racerante. Sure, it's been improved. It's been improved a little bit. I had a couple of bad maps, a couple of really bad matchmaking as well. A little bit of bad matchmaking. Yeah, I'm gonna take the time out of this next week to grind out these tanks again and make a review on them because so far I'm not really impressed. Oh yeah, the Basante C45. Yeah, they just outright pretended like that tank didn't even exist. So that thing's got, it's literally the worst tank in the entire lineup. You're better off playing the tier 8 than the Basante right now. The tier 8 tech tree. So, yeah, I'm a little disappointed with this because the accuracy I had for a couple of shots there just, what? Against that E100, that was some really atrocious accuracy. 2 shells in a row. Thank goodness you didn't buy it last week. Yeah, I kind of agree. I kind of felt bad for everyone I told to buy it. I even gave away like 7 of them. So, yeah. And they didn't get buffed. So, I'm a little disappointed as well. Man. What else to say? Blade, you got anything to put in?
Oh, no, man. I haven't got to play them tanks yet, so I can't really comment too much on them.
No, just about
So,
the buffs. Well, not the buffs, but just what they're doing.
we should-
They're like
we should have
completely
played the-
avoiding the tier 8, you know?
I should have played
premium.
Eternity.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. We got one more tank to play. There is a mercenary tank that got buffed. I am actually, that's not the tank.
I got to,
There we go.
I got to respect the crew, though.
I'm not gonna respect crap. I'm gonna spend more gold and just transfer over a crew I like. You know what? I'm actually gonna put a gun rammer on this thing. No, I'm gonna leave it the way it is. Cause it didn't touch to reload, so it still has a really good reload. 2,500 damage per minute. Did they touch to reload? 6.5? No. This is gonna be a devastating tank though with that 280 alpha. Alrighty, Blade. I'm ready whenever you are.
Yeah, give me just a second.
I completely forgot that they buffed this.
I'm just specking this crew out real quick. Figure out what
No, he's gonna take
on
like
this crew.
10 minutes. Because it's Blade. He likes to take his time.
Sometimes I do.
It's a simple buff on the Trinity, but 280 with 11 degrees of gun depression. This I'm actually excited about this.
I am.
Taking 5.5 minutes.
Just shut up. And
Yeah, I can spend silver and transfer skills, but Stain, what happens to me is I'll transfer it to a different commander, and then I'll forget where I put it. I base stuff off of the faces.
I feel like I'm missing something here. What am I?
So for me, it's a lot faster to just swap it. And easier to remember where I put it. So if I take a break from the game for a month, I remember exactly where everything is. Rather than looking through like, oh, that's what this crew is, that's what this crew is. So the gold for me is convenience. I'm paying for convenience.
So they didn't increase the pen, they just increased the damage.
They increased the damage.
By 40.
Yeah, they bumped its
From
damage.
240 to 280, which is
And we're in
nice.
Lakeville. This is going to be ridiculous. All right, cool. If we're top tier, this is going to be awesome. No, we are not. That looks like an LT100. Yes, that is a T100 LT.
Mhm.
So yeah, they bumped the alpha from 240 to 280, 295 in the high explosive to 370. Kind of weird how they only put the high explosive module damage at 135 rather than 150 like the rest of them. So.
Man.
Oh, we'll be okay. We're fine. We got this.
Where you want to go?
Checkpoint. Checkpoint. I'm just gonna push straight in. 6.5 second reload with the 280 alpha. This is gonna make the LPC seem like crap. This is actually gonna make those Russian medium tanks jealous too. All the tier 8s like the K91 version 2 and the T44-100 and the T54 mod 1. Yeah, it's gonna make those all feel sad with this reload. But then again, the T44-100's got mobility, so there is that. You got mobility in exchange for a little bit of alpha. Yeah, that's okay. And just look at this gun depression, though. 290. Nice. Hey, how you doing? I'm actually going to load premium. Oh, hello, artillery. That is a fast-firing artillery, too. I'm actually going to push up to the rock, which might be a mistake, but it might be okay. I'm going to tell Puddle to follow me. We'll see if he does. That is a Tehran. That is a Tehran. That is the last thing I want to see. Ooh, ouch. Hello, artillery. I don't know why you're taking your Tehran close quarters like that. What is our arty? It is the same artillery. Nice. Okay. Is that E75? It's a 105. You know, I'm just gonna be like a scout. I'm just gonna play a scouting role for a second, because pushing it is not gonna be a good idea. I don't want to do a whole lot of peeking, but I'm gonna pop my hatch right around that corner there. Ah, this is uncomfortable. What's Puddle doing? Puddle's fully upgraded. He can get up in here. Alright, looks like the T-32 backed off, so... Artillery, on the other hand, did not back off. Look at that. He's just gonna... Death by 1,000 cuts. That's what that is. Just look at that gun depression, though. That is some intense gun depression. Yep, now we're getting hit by high explosives. Actually, now I'm going to risk it. 23 hit points left. Oh, look at that 6-year badge on this tank. That's awesome. Say hello to 11 degrees.
Oh, shit. Everybody's in the way. Come on,
and
everybody move.
T-34. There we go. Honestly, not a tank that, you know, I'm going to be expecting to do the most damage in, but, I mean, if this would have been a top-tier matchmaking, and, I would have been a lot more aggressive. But knowing that we're up against quite a bit of 10s. You know what? This is how it always goes, Blade. I'm going to do one more. I'm going to do one more in the Trinity. And then we're going to call it right after that, because I'm a little excited about the Trinity buff. I don't know about you, Blade, but...
I am too.
I'm still sad
because
that they...
that was
They took away the sound of the gun because this thing used to have a really specific sound.
It did. It
Yeah.
sounded like a rifle.
Yeah, it sounded like an M1 Grand each time it popped out a clip.
Oh man, yeah.
And
it was awesome.
that's gone.
And they took the sound of it. Yeah,
Yep.
I was mad when they did that. I was mad. I think I complained about it.
Same
for
thing about
months.
the 777. The 777, the Object 777. It still has that 75 millimeter sounding gun with the skin.
See,
Yeah, it doesn't sound right. No, so there's a lot of audio bugs going on too.
wow. Wish I could have done more in that last match. I should have pulled up closer.
Used to have a loud ding each time you fired the gun, but they might have removed it because some people, you know, like it made my tinnitus go off a little bit. If I had the volume too loud, that is.
Sorry,
Alright, Blade.
I was being slow.
Ready whenever you are.
I was being slow. Sorry.
Yep, now we're gonna wait on puddles. There we go. So far, oh, El Haloof, lots of gun depression maps. And we're top tier. Alright, we're top tier. Hey, Blade's the first time being top tier. Entire stream other than playing 10.
I know, right?
Yep.
Well, we do usually, you know, they throw us a bone every now and then.
Yep.
It still makes me mad.
I feel bad for the tier 6s on the enemy team, though. Look at how many there are. 3 per team. And the Trinity's kind of like a 50-50 if the armor's going to work or not.
Yes, it is.
No, I can't really judge this tank based upon armor. I know against heat rounds it's highly absorbent because of all the spaced armor.
Yep. Yeah, if they shoot premiums at you, it'll eat up premium.
Oh yeah. If it's heat rounds, not APCR.
Right.
But they left the reload the same, but gave it 280 alpha. That's a little scary.
Focus on this area.
Seems like it's faster than I remember it.
I use
Just
a power
saying.
terrain.
I do too, but this seems faster than I remember it.
Worth a try. Alright, I'm gonna take this ridge and do cross shots. And dude, what I love is how the Trinity has that one extra degree of gun depression. It makes this tank so versatile in situations like this. Look at that gun depression. I can't even max it out right here. There's so much clearance on this
See,
tank.
they've already made the corner there.
It's fine, you know. They gotta make sure this tank isn't all powerful, so they made it a little bit slower in power to weight. But with 11 degrees of gun depression, 280 alpha now, this thing... Honestly, out of the entire buff that they did, this was the one that stood out the most. I'm gonna go ahead and push up.
We've been detected. Man. Fire away.
299. And that went through the turret.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But he is stuck on a massive reload now. I felt it coming.
Whoa!
Careful, Blade. I'm sliding. And there's gonna be shots coming in from behind you, too.
Artillery.
We've been detected.
And from across
surprising.
the way.
Yeah, I said
can't
behind
get
you.
out of the way here. How do I get out of the way?
69. Nice. Oh, and Strum Tiger P. Okay.
Look at that. Artillery's just gonna fucking hammer me.
Blade.
I'm trying to get out, man.
No, you said the F word.
Oh, I did not.
Yes, you did. Chat, did he say it? Did he drop the F bomb?
Focus on this location. Refound
Yeah. Yeah, you did, Blade. Oh, that's awesome. Blade would never freaking Koza.
I would never do that. I'm telling you, it wasn't me.
But it was you.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me.
It was you. Don't lie. It was you. By the way, I'm backing off right here. I'm dropping down to the low side. I'm actually going to want to try out the high explosives. I forgot the penetration on the HE though. I don't think it's a whole lot, but I do have 5 of them loaded, so it might be decent.
Did they all back up on this corner over here?
They got obliterated on that corner. Ooh, that Strum Tiger, man. He is putting in some work.
I'm trying to do this without exposing myself to artillery.
I'm gonna get to cap
Okay.
fast as I can.
I'm gonna press this IS or this, yeah, ISU.
Okay. 5 to 8. We can still bring this back, but we need to work as a group. Blade, you are way out there.
We've been detected. Loaded and ready.
Artillery! Are you kidding me?
I think that's the Borask. It is the Borask. Down to 211 hit points. This is not looking good.
Vehicle destroyed.
And there's another Borask further up top. I need to pull in.
Focus attention here.
Oh,
Tell me that'll make you
wow.
cringe every time. Yeah, I got one shot.
Was
Well,
that full health on him? Was Puddle full health whenever he got hit?
I don't know if he was or not. I got hit. in the
And
IS,
artillery.
finished me off.
Alrighty.
Yep.
I wonder how much health Puddle
Because,
was on.
Not sure.
But
But I went from-
artillery making that big of a difference in a match is just wrong.
I went from full health to 110 hit points and then dead.
Yep, by artillery. Yep.
Yep.
See, and
Artillery, and then I got shot.
Puddle sent a message saying, "Yay, Artie."
Right? Right? What else can you say? You
Not
know?
much. Not much.
Since they refused to fix it.
Yeah, well, I mean, they said that they're going to be reworking it, and I'm surprised they haven't already reworked it. You know, it's been how long since they touched it? I'm going to invite them to the party, and then we're going to kill the stream. Other than that, dude, you
Okay.
guys have a great day, afternoon, night, whatever time you guys are catching this. The
Yeah, this was
Italian
almost fun.
Reforged. This is almost fun. So you said
Almost
almost fun. Puddle, question for you: were you full health whenever the artillery hit you?
No, I don't think I was full health. I took one hit from whatever that tank was that up on the hill there.
Okay, so then yeah, you had about 1,100 hit points then, and then the artillery killed you then.
Something like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I wasn't.
1,100.
I don't.
Artillery
Yeah.
making that big of a difference in a match is outrageous.
I know. It's,
It was ugly,
I mean,
to say the least.
Yep. Other than that, you guys, I'm out of here. Thanks for stopping and watching the stream. I'm gonna be working on
Thanks
those
for backing me,
Italians.
I
No,
knew I had
Sure.
a friend out
Blade,
there.
you dropped it. You dropped it. You cannot lie to me. You dropped it. Okay. You dropped the ball and the bomb. All right. Twice,
Hey,
nonetheless.
that's and that's an improvement, man. All
That
right?
is an
That's
improvement. That is but the thing is, you do it without even thinking. So I love the fact that I get to call you out on it.
All right, I'm old. I have an excuse.
Slap! I didn't get hit that hard by Artie though. I got
Oh, hey,
tracked by
Slap.
Artie. Yep. Well, yeah, a little bit disappointed on that rework. Well, not a little bit, quite a bit. Yep. Catch you guys all later.
Yep. Peace out.